Hey, it's Nicole with Life's Sweeter Side, and I am doing some Easter cookies, just some little eggs that I have left to do, and I'm actually going to dip these. Now you'll see that I have them already flooded in white. I was doing some watercolor techniques and some other things that that I needed them flooded for. So the dipping technique that I'm going to show you, they do not need to be flooded first. You can do this on just a bare cookie. So I just happened to have all these flooded. I got them already last night with a bunch of other stuff I was doing, but I wanted to do some with this because as I think about Easter cookies or not Easter cookies, Easter eggs, and coloring them with my kids who still like to color. I just always think of the ones that we do, and sometimes we'd buy the tie-dyed kits, you know, sometimes like with watercolors. I did some watercolor ones that are more like when you dip that egg in there. So anyways, we're gonna do the dipping because I like that. It's super easy. So I also wanted to show you because of how easy it is. So the first thing we're gonna do, I've got like 3 different bowls because you can mix colors together. But what I wanna do is actually do like maybe one pink tie-dyed sort of, and purple and blue or whatever colors I end up doing. But so I just have 3 different bowls. And first I need to get my icing consistency right. It's too thick right now. We need it pretty runny, so I'm just gonna put some water in here. Some people use a spray bottle. I'm actually using a dropper. I have a spray bottle, but the spray part's not working, so I am using the next best alternative here. So let's just kind of get this still. I need it pretty runny because we are literally gonna be dipping these cookies. This is a good thing to do also if you have, like, as I showed you the white, I had flooded all my cookies so far with the white. I could have easily dipped those cookies and it would be a lot quicker. So if you have a bunch of cookies you have to do, okay, this looks good, it's real runny. So if you have a bunch of cookies that you have to do, the same color, just one uniform color, this dipping technique is perfect. So, okay, so I'm gonna set this aside. That's perfect for what I want right now. I am actually let's do pink first. Now this pink, it's a soft pink, but I'm gonna try and do just a little bit because if I put too much in there, it gets to be like a darker pink, but we'll see. However it turns out will be fine. So I'm gonna try and do less than 1 drop in there. And as I try to do that, it just doesn't wanna come out here. Oh, let's see if we can get just a little bit to drop out. It's gonna be 1 full drop. That's okay. All right. So then I'm gonna take my Boo Boo stick, your cookie stick, whatever you have, and just kind of, I might need a little bit more pink, but actually it lightens it up. So let's swirl it around a little bit. You can put as much as you want. You can put different colors in there. Okay, that looks good. Okay, then I'm just gonna take the cookie, and again, you don't need it to be flooded like this. You can definitely, I would suggest starting with a naked cookie because this is gonna have not double the icing on there, but it'll have a lot more icing on it just because I did that. But I wanted to show you guys this. Plus I wanted some of these. These are mini eggs, so my mini egg cookie cutter, which is perfect if you wanted like a just an activity for the kiddos, something different for them to do. Okay, and then I just kind of shake it a little bit to flatten it out, and that's all you have to do on that. So let's do, I think I've got 9 cookies here. I'm gonna do 3. You can always change this up a little bit, kind of swirl it around some more, add more pink if you feel like you need to, because the idea is they're all gonna look a little different. And I'm just putting it far enough in, and my cookies are all 3/8 of an inch, so I have plenty to hold on to. The thinner your cookie is, a little bit harder. See, I like the pastel. Now, if you get a little bit dripping on the side of the cookie, I can just take my cookie stick here and just wipe it off. As easy as that. But I was saying the size of my cookie. I always cut them at 3/8 of an inch. It is a pretty thick cookie, but when you put the icing on it, which is a little bit sweeter than the cookie, it gives it a good balance. And like I said, it gives you a lot of space to hold on to the cookie, because the thinner it is, the easier it is to drop it, and it's easy to drop inside of these. So you'll notice I just shake it a little bit to kind of get any excess icing off. These are getting a little bit lighter. So as I mentioned, you can always add some more pink if you think you need to. Okay, let's go to another color here. And I thought I had one of these icing consistencies right, but we'll check it out here. So again, you want it really thin. Yep, that's not thin enough. So let's put some more in there. And using the dropper, it's kind of as good as the spray bottle. You know, you can kind of control how much water you're putting in there. If you make it too thin, just add some powdered sugar, of course. If it's too thick, you just add more water, and I still want some more water in there. Okay, so let's get this second one. That looks good. Now let's do some purple. Try and get a light color. My pink did pretty well. This might be, I'm going to put 2 in this time just because I want to spread it around a little bit more. Take my boo-boo stick. And you can use anything. You can use a knife, anything that, anything you got laying around that's going to actually, let's try that. That'll just kind of spread it around a bit. Let's dip it in there. Let's see how the purple turns out. This is a little bit thicker, but it's working. So you always get that little dip. I just kind of shake it, and because it's so thin, it'll fall into there really good. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. It's a little darker than I wanted, but that's okay. And I've got like 9 cookies, so I'm going to do 3 of each color to just show you some different colors here. Then maybe you can decide one's your favorite. The next color up is going to be my favorite. And see, you can see where I have the solid white. I didn't dip it in far enough, so I'm going to just dip it again. Just needed to push down a little further. I was trying to be too careful there. Of course, like I said, when you have a thinner cookie, you want to be careful, otherwise it will. Let's move some of these out of the way. Otherwise, your cookie can easily fall in, which is fine. It just gets a little messy. That's all. I'm going to put this around the edges a little bit more here. One more purple. You'll have to excuse my hands too. They're super dry from washing them all the time, as we're all fully aware of going on right now. And when I know I've mentioned before, but I will wear gloves, of course, when I'm decorating for any kind of cookie order or something, or just for anybody else but these are all family ones. Okay, so I'm going to switch colors again. So here's some more icing. That's super thick, so let's put a bunch of water in this one. And I think this is just a really fun, something easy for kids to do. You're looking for, especially nowadays with us all in kind of this quarantine status, and we're looking for extra activities, something creative and fun for the kids, fun for us too. That's when I got hooked on cookies. It was all about me. I was, watching all these videos, just watching people do it until I finally said, I want to try this. Actually, I would think I always wanted to try it. It was just more of me biting the bullet and saying, I'm going to try this, because I'd look at it and go, oh, that looks so cool. I'm going to do that. I want to do that. But then I finally decided I'm going to do it. Okay, this looks pretty. I'm going to do it a little bit thinner here. And plus, the thinner I make it, the less icing I can put on these cookies, since I've already got a flooded with the white. So now let's put in my favorite color, of course. My daughter's in here with me and she's smiling. She knew what it was before I even opened it or reached for it. It's gonna be blue. Put a couple of drops in just so we get a little bit more coverage. Ooh, that's a big drop. And then after we do this, I'm going to show you guys one more cool little thing I like to do on some of these. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to put some gold flecks on there too, or specks, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's grab one of these and do a blue one. Ooh, how cool is this? Cool, that's my favorite. Okay, do our couple other blue ones. One of my other sons, I have two sons, and one of them likes blue as well, so we share a lot of stuff. Got one who loves green. I should have done some green. My daughter just wants everything white. You know, she can't get white, then it's gotta be like super light gray or super light yellow. But she's had plenty of white cookies. Look at that, that's so pretty, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna move these out of the way. I'm gonna take one of my pink ones only because it's the most dry. And I wanna show you some gold, like what I do sometimes just to kind of add some sparkle to it, if you will. So I have some TMP gold that looks like this. It's a little dirty just because I had opened it and it kind of blew around a little bit. TMP gold, when you open it, it's got some, and what I do, drop some on there, which is perfect. I didn't really mean to, but put a little, I just get a little container or little something that's small enough to put in a couple, maybe one scoop of that gold powder in here, and then you add some alcohol, and the alcohol will dry, of course, when you put it on. Everclear works the best because it's the highest proof alcohol. Vodka will work as well, but water does not work so well. So I'm actually using Everclear in here. So you can paint cookies with this. It's a really cool little gold stuff. Got all over my fingers too. So what I'm going to do is lightly just dip my paintbrush in there. Okay. And then I just want to put some gold specks on there. I just think that this makes it, and you can put more gold on there if you want bigger specks, if you really want it to be. Depends on how you like it. I just think it looks kind of cool to add a little bit of extra to it. All right, so again, you may not have the gold sitting around, but these are super easy for anybody. If you're starting out as a beginner, easy, and it looks really cool. You do not have to do it on the flooded cookie. I suggest you don't do it on an already flooded cookie. Do it on a naked cookie. It'll be even easier for that. But look how pretty it is. I just think it looks cool, and it's very reminds me of actual Easter eggs. You could even get like a little carton that they have. They have little 6-packs of cartons, like for 6 eggs at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something, that you could just put those in there, and it looks like a carton of Easter eggs that have been decorated. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully this helps. This is a really fun technique that you can try as a beginner. And that is it. Happy Easter to everyone if I don't see you before then. Thanks.